আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আপনারা আমার সামনে সম্মানিত যারা অতিথি আছেন, আমরা আজকে এসেছি হার্নেস ফাউন্ডেশনের উদ্যোগে একটি টেবিল ডায়ালগ, যেটি মে দিবস উপলক্ষে আমরা হোস্ট করছি আজকে, এবং আমাদের ডায়ালগটির নাম হয়েছে ওয়ারিং ভ্যালিউজ, এথিক্যাল পারচেজিং অ্যান্ড এম্পাওয়ারিং গার্মেন্ট ওয়ার্কার্স। আপনারা সবাই আমাদেরকে সরাসরি হার্নেস টেলিভিশনে দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, আমাদের মিডিয়া পার্সন। আমাদের আজকের আয়োজনে মাল্টি পার্টি ডায়ালগ, যেটি আমরা ইংরেজিতে কন্টিনিউ করব, কারণ আমাদের সাথে কিছু বিদেশি অতিথি আছেন। তো তার আগে I will start with the introduction of the guests that we have today. So for this panel we have our chief guest and chair, Mohammad Hatem, Executive President, BKMEA. Thank you so much. Before let's start this panel, as I was saying, the topic today is wearing values and ethical purchasing and empowering garment workers. I think over the span of, if we go back 50 years, I will not rehash the history so much. I think Bangladesh has come a very, very long way. We have undergone a significant positive evolution in recent years, driven by a focus on sustainability, employment generation, and economic growth. According to the Bangladesh Garment Manufacturing Exporters Association (BGME), the industry currently employs more than 4 million people and 65% are women. Not just that, I think we also have more than 235 new factories, accounting for approximately 10% of the country's total garment factories. And along with that, I think R&D sector is a big contributor to our economy. But I would also like to say, along with the $50 billion economy of Bangladesh, R&D sector is also contributing to the $1 trillion fashion industry around the world. So we are also a stakeholder in that. So today the focus is obviously for the well-being of our labor, but we would like to switch it in a way, because often it comes on the shoulder of the manufacturer. But here I want to have an inclusive group discussion, because it starts with the chain of the buyer. And we often see, if we have some diagrams, I will show you later, the price or the profit that is shared. As a layman, we think it is way too discriminatory, because it's like a big pie here. It's my buyer, our friends, our collaborator, the manufacturer a little, even minuscule is what our neighbor gets. By the Vice President of BGMEA, Abdullah Mamun. So my question to you would be, if you look at, let's say, over the past decade, Bangladesh has really developed in terms of the compliances or the labor's rights, the condition, how women-friendly the industry is. I think I do not really need to go into details since you are sitting here. So if you give a very quick run on the changes, the developments, the progresses that we have made, and also if you can reflect if anyhow that has changed the perspective from the buyer's end in terms of getting better price, in terms of getting better priority, in terms of getting better recognition as a qualified world leader in R&D sector. So if you reflect one, the progress and how we have been appreciated, or what you look forward to put Bangladesh R&D sector on the global map.
Thank you, Alicia, for organizing such a on the television. Today we have a great leader, respected Mohammad Hatem. You all know him very well. And the ground card for the young stars from Bangladesh. The President and all my fellow friends, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from my side and from the chair. Actually, today we are discussing a very intricate tools and topic today, which is most discussed issue in R&D and textile industry nowadays. Ethical sourcing. There are another word which is ethical purchasing. So if we can interpret, ethical sourcing is where labor rights are ensured. And ethical purchase is where the right standard price are ensured. So we all want to improve this situation, and we are here to discuss how we can improve further. So, as far as Bangladesh is concerned, as we all know, Bangladeshi textile and apparel industry's owner did wonder in last few decades. But we all have to remember that we are not magician. So we have to live in the world reality. We have to face the reality. Like after paying highest tariff of gas, highest tariff of electricity, and almost world standard cost of setting up an industry, it is quite difficult to offer the lowest price in the world. We all want to pay our labor, our worker, to improve their livelihood, but apparently we need to consider how we can also get the critical price so that we can all survive and we can all improve our lifestyle. So from today's discussion, I believe we all together find a solution, and we can represent ourselves in the global hub. How can we improve our labor livelihood and our industry's environment? So have you noticed that textile has grown up from Germany, from Europe, Manchester, and then it came to UK, and then America, then Korea. So, but nowadays textile is not there. Textile is roaming into the world. From my understanding is that why it happened? Because we did not notice the fair practice of government purchasing and all this. So from today's discussion, we need to ensure that both sides, from purchasing and the setting up and the operating our industry, we should be responsible. There should be some sort of responsibilities from both of sides, so that we can restore our industry, we can sustain our industrial growth. So thank you for this session, for organizing such a lovely session. I believe the youngsters here are our lifeline of the industry. They will add up values to our industry in the future. Thank you.